What is up, everybody? It's BBKDRAGOON with my impressions of Halo 5 Guardians after Week 1. As a side note, you'll see a tip video tomorrow talking about positioning. I'll go through all of the arena maps, or at least good portions of them, and talk about what makes a power position and where you should be focusing your time on the maps, because positioning is everything in Halo 5. We're going to be talking mainly about the multiplayer. I do work full-time, and the majority of this week that I got to actually play Halo 5, the time I put towards it was multiplayer. I have played through some of the campaign. I have not beaten it just yet, so this impression video won't include a whole lot of that. This is an Onyx SWAT gameplay. I was placed into Onyx for SWAT. I'm in Diamond for Slayer, as well as Team Arena, and I'm going to try for Onyx and Team Slayer. Not sure about Arena, because you need 3 players who definitely know how to play the objective and are solid all around. For me, the biggest highlight and high point of Halo 5 multiplayer is the sandbox itself. I believe Quinn and the pro team playtested this thing to death. I think they really put a lot of time and effort making sure the moving, the shooting, the low aim assist, the abilities, everything felt very balanced, useful, and one of the best arena launch sandboxes that Halo has had. There are those of you who will disagree with me off the bat, saying I think the AR is overpowered or the aim assist on the sniper is a little bit too high. And I'll cover that in a little bit. I disagree. One of the things that just is amazing, it's very hard to do in a shooter, every weapon on the map has a purpose, has a reason for you to pick it up, has strengths and weaknesses. There are not blow-off weapons. Even things like the suppressor are options that you want to pick up off of the map. Things like the scatter shot is way better now. They have done a good job getting rid of those weapons that nobody really cared about in Halo 4 because they didn't do or serve any purpose, and made them useful. That's pretty hard to do, and that's one of the biggest strengths with this game. I love that Halo 5 has a massive skill ceiling. The low aim assist changes everything. A good player who's mastered the stick, who's very accurate, who can aim well, is going to raffle, copter, stomp other players who are not at the same skill level. There's a big skill gap between experienced players and inexperienced players. I can guarantee you, if you did not put a significant amount of time into the beta, coming into this, it's going to be a bit of shell shock. And you're probably fighting a bunch of people who played quite a bit of the beta. I got into Onyx in the beta, and so hopping into launch Halo 5 was not as big of an adjustment, but learning the beta stuff took a long time, and I can imagine if you're somebody who's new to the franchise, your placement matches might have been kind of rough. That's the second thing that's a huge highlight for me. I think the ranking system is absolutely amazing, and for the most part has put people where they deserve to be, or at least the way I picture that. You know, my friends list, the people I play with, it has stuck people in the areas that I would figure them as a player. That's not to sound arrogant or condescending towards others, but the ranking system very quickly matches people in the spots that I think they should be. Now, if you're only in your 3rd or 4th placement match, you might be saying that's not true, BBK, but this is one of the best ranking systems I think Halo has ever had. The addition of seasons, the addition of the different divisions, so not only are you Diamond, you get to work up to Diamond 6 before you have to get put, try to get put in Onyx, essentially. And that is something Halo has desperately needed. It will support the competitive scene and be an excellent ladder option. Once you get to Onyx and then you're fighting for that champion spot, what a prestigious thing to have champion in Team Arena. That's going to be something very difficult to hold on to. There's a music volume setting. There's so many settings for the controls. If you go into the custom game options, there are a billion settings that are huge, things that are going to help tournament players so much. The spectator mode actually works. In theater mode, you can see wireframes, which is a huge plus, and you can actually get into matchmaking games, and it doesn't take all night. The maps load when you're in the lobby so that it just immediately transitions into the game instead of this long loading screen, which is pretty nice. The rec system is great. My biggest surprise of all is the fact that I like Warzone. I think Warzone is a really fun, chill game. I was coming into this thinking I was just not going to be interested in Warzone whatsoever. It's one of the most fun game options in Halo 5. It's a game mode that you just question, like, this works so perfectly. It's well designed, because normally those big team map conquest things turn into guys just camping out in bases all match. Well, they counter that because they put AI out there that you need to go chase and track down and kill that gets you out of the base and fighting with other teams. It's a great little game mode. I shouldn't say little, but big, and hopefully, there's 3 more Warzone maps I think that are coming down the pipeline. I could be wrong on that. My concerns are the lack of 4v4 social playlists. Social Slayer is desperately needed in the game, and it's not there. The only unranked stuff you're going to get to go play is Warzone. I'm telling you, an unranked Team Slayer playlist would be very helpful. Not only is this one of the most difficult Halos because of that low aim assist, because of all the new movement techniques, because of how different it is from previous Halos, but everything's ranked. And so once you're put in your diamond, once you're put in whatever place you're put in, you're going to be playing matches where everybody's trying very hard to win consistently. I like that, but not everybody does. And especially new people to the series, they might not be used to that environment, and it might not be the best place for them to learn and grow in what they consider to be a sort of stressful place where the win and loss is always on the line. I really hope that we get some form of unranked 4v4 play experience, some sort of 4v4 arena unranked prior to Black Ops 3, because if not, I could see an exodus of players going to play something a little bit more casual. I think it's way more important that Halo 5 launched with a good ranking system than them focusing on having, a bunch of social playlists, but that doesn't mean they should be left out of the game altogether. Warzone fits a fun role, but it does not fill the void that Big Team Battle needs to actually be in. Big Team Battle in this game is going to be incredibly fun, and all we can do is hope that it arrives quickly. Additionally, you can't mute people or see their names as far as I know before a match starts, which is a little bit of an annoyance. There is no file share in the game right now, and we don't know if it's coming with Forge. Forge is supposed to be arriving in December, but that waits to be seen. As it stands now, I really love the gameplay and the feeling of Halo 5. I don't think that the AR is crazy overpowered or that it's an issue. I honestly think that the test team, the pro team, had a lot of long conversations about that balance. I don't think that's just something that slipped by them after hundreds of hours of playtesting it. I think it was a very active decision, the balance and the feeling of each of the guns right now, and just the feeling of Halo 5 itself, which is its strongest suit, in my opinion. But there are key features lacking, and the biggest one of that is social, unranked arena options that need to find their way into this game as soon as they can. That's where I'm going to leave it for now, and I need a lot more time to make up any further opinions. What do you guys think? If you enjoyed this video, let me know with a like. Have a wonderful night, and enjoy the weekend.